contain us. They just kind of.
Enemy in the container.
Oh well. Thank you for pretty much confirming what I just said.
Right now, I resided somewhere in Minnesota. It's cold. It's like negative 18 degrees outside right now.
80s pop funk. You know.
My first job was on Madden 20.
Hello, my name is Creatively Anzi, and I'm the founder of Melanin Gamers, which is a gaming community that promotes inclusion and diversity in video games industry. We're based in London, but we are an international community.
Okay, based in London. So how big is like your community there in London? Like I've never had the pleasure of visiting London. So like what kind of community is it? Like how big is it? Like is it a big gaming community like around the space that you occupy?
It's mostly an online community.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously we do meet up in real life, some of us, but a lot of us are online in different parts of the world. But the team who run it, we are in the UK. I would say we're in the UK as opposed to London, because two of the members of the team are not based in London, but they are in the UK.
Mm-hmm. Melanin Gamers, like how did you come up with it? Like what was the basis as far as you coming up with it and building that community that you got?
I guess in terms of trying to build a community, came from wanting to be represented and always being a gamer. I've been a gamer my whole life. I love gaming and just wanting there to be more representation in the video games industry, and having a lot of friends who are gamers and all of us complaining about the same thing over and over again. It's not enough this, it's not that. Yeah. The black guy that you pick in a fighting game, that sort of thing would be the hairstyles. And it was just like we were always just complaining and we were just like, well, we still buy these games and we're just like, why is nothing changed? I was like, nothing's gonna change unless we say something. Because either it comes from a place of ignorance on the people who are developing these games, or they're purposely trying to exclude us. I don't know. Mm-hmm. So I just thought we should really, because so many of us are complaining about the exact same thing. Community would be a good idea because we all want the same thing in terms of representation. So that's
yeah. What have you seen, like, as far as changes, as far as kind of us pushing this thing forward, like as you've built your community and kind of talked to these different people who are having the same issues and stuff like that?
I've seen more people helping each other out in terms of spaces and jobs and stuff like that, which is very important. And courses and just, I guess, knowledge, because knowledge is the main thing that people don't realize, like, especially in terms of a career in gaming. That sounds like an oxymoron if you say it to your parents. A career in gaming is something that it's fun, you unwind, but that can be your job, a sustainable job as well. That's the thing that we really try to promote here, which is why we give a lot of panel talks in like schools. This is a career path for you guys, that sort of thing. So these are the things we're trying to change from like the grassroots to the top, because it's about getting into these spaces and taking up space and that sort of thing, and learning as well, and showing that these are careers that you can go into.
I was also reading about it. You also do like different events and networking and different tournaments and stuff like that. So like kind of explain that kind of aspect a little bit, like as far as like how you guys set up events and whatnot.
Well, in terms of events, I mean, we're a gaming community at the end of the day, so we always want to do tournaments and things like that. But they're also useful in terms of networking. So people coming together either online or in real life to game together, which is our main thing. So it's a safe space. Everyone knows that everyone in the community is okay to game with, because that's one of the main things as a Black woman that I struggle with when I'm gaming online, and the trolls and that sort of thing. So people know that everyone in the community, at least you have people to play with who are not going to treat you in that way. You can rest assured that if you're a Black woman, a Black man, or if you're part of the LGBTQI community, you'll be safe here, you'll be okay, you can be yourself authentically, and you don't have to be struggling like, oh, let me not say this, let me not speak on the mic, because they're going to find out I'm a girl, and oh my God, you're a girl. So that part is nice too, the sort of safe space aspect, where it's just letting your guard down and just gaming, which is all what we want to do at the end of the day.
And then also you guys have a podcast kind of aspect to what you do. So kind of tell me a little bit about the podcast.
That's just highlighting people of color, because there's this quote by Marian E. Eldright. I think I've got her name right. She says, "You can't be what you can't see." And it's always you see someone who looks like you in a position that maybe you want to go for. And that sort of galvanizes you, like, hold on, if you can do it, I can do it, kind of thing. And essentially that's what our podcast is for. It's highlighting these people who are working in the gaming industry. And the more you see, oh, there's so many of us actually working in the industry, but maybe we're not highlighted, maybe we're not in positions that they will showcase us, that sort of thing. So we're showing that there are people killing it in these industries that look like you. You can do it too. You know, it's not like, oh, you're not a unicorn. Yeah. There's loads of you actually. And that's something that needs to be normalized. Like, you know, the first Black person. That is crazy. Kudos to that person who did it, because I know they worked hard, but that is a wild statement sometimes when I hear it. I'm just like, what year is this? And you're the first, kind of thing. So just trying to normalize that, trying to like spotlight these people who are doing like amazing things, you know, and also just to talk about like gaming and the latest news. So that's what the podcast is there for.
Cool. Your favorite game is Assassin's Creed. Now, I have to know why.
I really like it. I got into gaming because I like stories. I like stories in different mediums. As you can see, I'm a huge reader, and that's why I got into stories. And the story of Assassin's Creed, especially the original trilogy, Ezio's story arc, is one of my favorite. I love history. I studied history, and so that's one of the things and the way they embed that into the game. And they bring sort of like that, the factual aspect and the fictional, and the way they marry that. And it's also assassinating people. That part is very fun as well.
Where do you kind of see, you know, yourself and Melanin Gamers kind of going like into the future? Like what eventually kind of some of the things that you want to accomplish that you probably haven't yet, or you're just now kind of just scratching the surface on?
Really focusing on the youth, I would say, and getting that as something that is, I guess the stigma of gaming is still there, especially in like cultures like Black cultures, where it's just like your parents expect you to study, like be a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer, and gaming is one of those things that is sometimes we get a lot of pushback from, where is it a real career kind of thing, you know, or they think you're a content creator, and those are valid careers too as well. So we're trying to push that in terms of getting people interested in a career in gaming, you know, as a sort of a long-term thing, a long-term project for us, which is why we're going into schools and giving these talks and just sort of raising awareness in that sort of aspect. We're really trying to focus on that kind of thing.